Welcome back. Well, we have Mark Rabinowitz, who is here on behalf of Thrive, and they have their Thrive Kindness Project. And
right.
you know, we were having a little chit chat here beforehand, and we had some movies that were recommended because of the kindness that was within the movies.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah. So why don't you tell me a little bit about why this all came about?
It all came about because it was the next project that the Thrive folks wanted to do. We did the Centenarian Project last year, which turned out to be a wonderful success. And we thought, how can we thrive? How can people thrive here? How can we help people thrive? Little kindness. Say hi to somebody as you're walking down the street.
Right.
Amazing what happens when a smile comes to their face, and it was because of you.
Because of who?
Because of you saying good morning.
Oh, gotcha.
You've recognized somebody.
Gotcha.
And happiness is transmitted.
Right. Right. Well, it's a really good idea. I think not even just in our community, but everywhere, right?
Oh,
I mean, you never
say.
really know what somebody's going through.
Exactly.
And if you just put, like you said, a smile on their face, and maybe that will brighten their day.
How many times have you walked down a street and somebody's walking the other way and they're looking down and they just look like the world is on their shoulders? And what happens if you say hi?
Yeah. Probably scare them.
Well, but they may, as they walk away, think,
right.
somebody paid attention to me.
Exactly.
A nice thing to do.
Exactly.
That's
well, good.
That's all we're trying to do.
Well, I think it's a nice project. Is that, how long will the project go on for? Is it?
It'll go on this year.
Oh, okay.
And we'll see how it all transpires.
Okay.
And we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. What are some of the things that are going to be, other than the movies that we mentioned, what are some other things that are going to happen?
Well, some ideas. And I want to make sure that people in the village understand, Lisa, that we're not saying, you've got to make people happy. That's the last thing we're trying to do. We're trying to get people to do things for others that just because they're nice people and they want to help.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay.
At the past volunteer luncheon, Eileen had people fill out cards.
Okay.
What did you do to make somebody happy today or yesterday or whatever? And I've got a few of the cards here.
Okay.
And I thought I'd just make mention. One neighbor helps pick lemons from somebody's tree because they can't reach the ones high up.
Aw.
And so in response, that neighbor gives them persimmons.
Oh, that's so nice. Very cute.
Small thing.
Small things, yep.
But it's bringing a little happiness to folks.
Right.
In November, I was driving down Calais, Aragon, when an adorable little puppy was out in the middle of the street. And 6 or 8 people stopped to try and help the puppy.
Aw. That's nice.
A little kindness.
Exactly.
It's little things like this. Well, we could go on and on and on, but it's people helping people.
Right.
Whether it's a hello or a physical act of picking up somebody's newspaper because they can't, they're physically unable to bend over and get it anymore.
Right.
And just put it on the door so they can reach it.
Right. But it's just a reminder, like you said.
It's a reminder.
It's a reminder. And
exactly.
we were talking a little bit about the movies. So the movie was Dead Man Walking, and that had Susan Sarandon and Sean Penn. And Susan Sarandon was a nun, and she was, trying to make the inmate just feel better about his life as a whole. And so that's kind of what you're talking about. Is no matter what it is, you can just help people along.
That's right.
So let's talk about the peace pole. What is that?
The peace pole. It's kind of a reincarnation. Most of us, and I didn't know this, but there was put over by the creek, by the big tree, a peace pole. And it was in the middle of a small grove of trees. There's a small plaque over there that says I think it was 1992. The pole was put in and the trees were planted. I didn't know it was there until Carol and I were walking down there one day and we saw it and I was like, oh my gosh. And we're looking to put it in so that people can go over into that area and sit at the peace pole and use it as a centerpiece for a quiet time,
Okay.
Reflective time, things like that.
Okay.
Just a
Sort of a meditation area.
let the breath out and
Sure.
type of thing, a meditation area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have certain types of books that you guys are
Yes.
suggesting in the library.
Yes, the library has quite a selection of books that folks can borrow and
Okay.
read and improve their lives with.
Okay.
Ideas on happiness, and I haven't been over there, so I don't know, but only the library's full of books.
Perfect. Well, that's a good place for books.
It
the
is
library.
a good place for books.
And then you already mentioned the notes, and
The
then
notes.
we talked about unconditionally just smiling at people and saying
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah.
Neighbors helping neighbors, which I know you mentioned a little bit. What are
Yes.
some of the things that you've seen happen in the area?
Some of the things where I used to live up by Gate 7 before I moved, every summer, the cul-de-sac would have a barbecue, and a couple of barbecues were brought out, and everybody potlucked it. And from what I understand in doing some checking, there are a number of cul-de-sacs that do that on an every year basis.
Okay.
And it gives you a chance to meet people who you wouldn't necessarily meet, who live right next door to you. And that helps to generate goodwill and
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. So that's what that is all about.
So here's a question for you.
Sure.
So we have an awful lot of gates,
Yes.
right? And they have little windows and things. Have
Yeah.
you guys thought about maybe putting up little signs?
Yes. See that little sign behind us?
Yes. Oh, good.
I've given thought to printing it out
Okay.
and putting it in various clubhouses, just
think
as
that's
people
great.
walk by as
Exactly.
a reminder.
And then, like I said, because if you put it at the club, some people drive by and see that,
Yep.
and maybe they'll be nicer to the gate people.
You never know, do you?
I can imagine that's a tough job. People coming in that gate in a big hurry, and yeah.
The gate folks can flash this at everybody.
Well, you can just stick it right up there, and they can drive right by.
Exactly.
All right, one last thing. Front
That's the way.
porch behaviors. What's that?
That's just people sitting out on their porches, and as people are going by,
Just say hi.
just say hi
Okay.
and get to know them, engage in conversation.
Okay.
One of the things that I joke about with my daughter is, because all she does is text, is that our species, we're going to lose our vocal cords. If we lose our phones, the communication stops.
Right. Right.
Talk to people, eyeball to eyeball.
Right.
Wonderful thing.
All right. Well, perfect. Well, good luck to you in the Kindness Project.
Thank you.
I know we'll see you often, so we'll be expecting the hello
I
as
promise.
you walk by. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And remember, if you see someone out on the street, as Mark mentioned, maybe they have their head down, just give a shout out and say hello and maybe have a nice day. We'll be right back.